What is up, everybody? Welcome back to a brand new video, and today we're going to be running through my WWE 2K26 wish list. Now this wish list, I have it narrowed down to about 10. Let's get started with number 10. Number 10, I'm just going to keep it basic. I want the ability to add custom music. I think it would do great for community creations. You're giving us the option for custom images, which, granted, if a big problem is like copyright, just vulgar language or anything like that, I mean, look at community creations. Like, that's a problem. I mean, you could also just make it not a thing for community creations. Like, you can just make sure that you can't download these things. But just the ability to import from maybe Spotify, maybe have a Spotify feature, and just make some sort of deal. Either way, I think custom music would be freaking sick, whether it's your own custom person or if I create like an MJF, I want to be able to add that music from Spotify or from my own PC that I downloaded and import that, because I think it would be really cool, and I think it would really make the game come alive. And a lot of these things are for the future. It's going to be for longevity purposes, making sure that we can take the game from what, a 2-3 month play span around there to a full year's length. That is the goal, is with all these changes, to make it fun and interesting for at least a year until the next game. Alright, so coming in at number 9, for one, I am so sick of listening to the same commentary lines. Let's add some new stuff. Byron Saxton is a mainstay in the commentary, community and the commentary table. And he's not even really he doesn't do commentary anymore. He's just not a commentary. It feels very outdated, and I know it might take quite a bit of time. And I know I can also, it's a simple fact of just like turning off the commentary, but I like being immersed in the action. And I think a two-man booth with Michael Cole and Corey Graves, I think would be a lot of fun. And you can also just add a lot more lines. So coming in at number 8, like I said, these are some very minor tweaks that just make the game a lot more fun in general. Number 8 being no more My Faction locked items. I'm tired of just seeing like, oh cool, they're adding this fire burns, they're adding all this, but it's behind My Faction. You can't, it's a persona card, and like these little cool features, you can add them to the game, but you're trying to make us as the consumer pay that extra money and pay quite a bit, because you have to pay quite a bit to get through the ranks. There's not a lot of people who play My Faction, just based off what I've seen. Same with the island. The island's fun for a bit, but it dies off real quick. It dies off. Same with My Faction. I mean, for one, I don't even really like doing multi-man matches. Like when it comes to like tag matches, you're relying on other people, and that's me. I don't really care for it. Just stop with the locked items behind My Faction. It's a little freaking ridiculous when you have like the typical consumer wanting like Broken Dreams, or wanting like this entrance motion or whatever, or just this attire that should be in the base game or could be in the base game, but you're hiding it behind My Faction. Like, come on, 2K, come on. Alright, coming in at number 7, we have a TNA collab. I think the NXT partnership has been going on for a year and a half, 2 years now at this point. I think you can easily add it to TNA collab, especially like I'm sure TNA wants to have that extra exposure, and they've had pay-per-views with NXT, all that. I think you can do a lot with this, to be honest with you. You can have the base in-game, you can have the in-game stuff. Maybe you don't do the 6-sided ring. I think that would be a really cool feature. But just like something simple, just add something simple. Add TNA arenas. Add all this stuff to my GM. You can add all this. You can add a bunch of, maybe just a TNA DLC pack where you just incorporate all these different things, so it's not in the base game, but TNA can also get some love, because I think a lot of the stuff what TNA's doing, I think it's really good. You can add the custom championships. You can add this into universe mode. All this just for like one big immersion thing, because I'm sure there's quite a few TNA fans who actually want TNA in the game. Coming in at number 6, My Rise. I think My Rise, it's cool, but it's very clear cut and dry, and there's not a lot you can do with it. I think my main thing is like, you should go one of two ways. Either fully make it 100% story driven, and I mean, kind of what they're doing. So, like, no flaw. But I think some optional changes that they could do is, like, either make it, like, completely replayable. Like, you could play this multiple times with other people and get different outcomes, get different stories, get whatever. Like Here Comes the Pain season mode. If they were to incorporate all the future stuff that I'm going to be talking about, as well as, I think it would be easy for, quick cutscenes. You could do different stories. You don't even have to do what they used to do with just the text. You don't have to get like each individual wrestler, so it can be anybody who is talking these lines. Like I was playing Here Comes the Pain the other day, and Rey Mysterio was talking, and it was just like a clear cut promo that it didn't have to be Rey Mysterio, but they just used Rey Mysterio as a template. You know what I mean? My Rise is good. I think it could be great. You just add more options. You can add more dialogue, more cutscenes in general. I think what 2K is kind of lacking is the cutscene factor. Coming in at number 5, we have the Iron Survivor matchup plus the Ultimate X. I think the Iron Survivor match is so much fun to watch. It might be a top 5 favorite matchup of mine. I just think it's so much fun. It is so chaotic, it's so fun, and it's something that you can continue to replay. This is what I'm talking about throughout the entire video, is the replayability of 2K26. Because when 2K25 drops, or any WWE game for that matter, you're playing it, you're going to play it, and it's going to be fresh, it's going to be fun for the first couple of months. Iron Survivor matchup and the Ultimate X. The Ultimate X kind of piggybacking off of the TNA collab that you can incorporate. Maybe make it a DLC exclusive. If you can do a full-blown TNA overhaul, add an Ultimate X match with it, maybe include it in 2K27s, you can make it like a big-time DLC. And you could do that as the first DLC. But yeah, no, just in general, both are very, very fun matches to watch. I think it would translate well. If you played the old TNA game, Ultimate X looks like a lot of fun. I have yet to play the old TNA game, but there are blueprints there to make a good Ultimate X match. That's what I'm saying. Coming in at number 4, this is more of a personal thing. I think it would be cool if we did a CM Punk showcase mode. I know he is probably the front runner in a showcase mode. I mean, they made him the center of the My Rise last year. I think it's still surreal that CM Punk's even back in WWE, period. You can include a lot of different things, like even with AJ Lee being back now, you include her in the showcase. Even though it's a CM Punk driven showcase, include CM Punk and AJ Lee versus Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch. Hide AJ Lee behind showcase, make her an unlockable through there, so it makes sure that a lot more people will end up playing the showcase, especially for a big star like AJ Lee. In a showcase, I'm thinking obviously you got like CM Punk versus John Cena, Money in the Bank 2011. You got CM Punk versus The Undertaker, Mania 29, and continue on with the full-blown in-game cutscenes. Do not do the slingshot action. That's stupid. It was a dumb idea by bad creative. Translate the CM Punk thing, the CM Punk pipe bomb, into the game, just for fun. You know what I mean? You could do that. You could do also your arms are just too short to box with God leading into a match with The Rock, which, I mean, you could have, like, they already did that with 2K15, but revisiting it, I don't think it would be too bad considering the circumstances. I would like to see CM Punk versus Jeff Hardy, SummerSlam 09, I think it was. Also, you can include a Money in the Bank ladder match. I know a lot of the times in showcase mode, they like doing and throwing just like a really difficult match for no reason. That could be a really difficult match. I want to see CM Punk versus Drew McIntyre, Bad Blood, Hell in a Cell. I think that would be badass. I think that would be sick. It's one of my favorite Hell in a Cell matches of all time. Also, Mania main event. I want to see CM Punk first Mania main event. I want to see CM Punk versus an AJ Lee versus Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch. Also, you can include CM Punk versus John Cena once again at Night of Champions, where you can have John Cena do the whole promo. You can have CM Punk do Punkonomics, include that, and have that like an unlockable fun little thing. Also, you can have basic thugonomics in the game. You can have This Fire Burns in the game. You know, a lot of these different things I think would be really cool. Include ECW stuff. You could have an ECW match, I'm sure. So CM Punk Showcase, there's a lot that you can do with it. And yeah, so I think it would be, like I said, I think it would be a lot of fun. and there's just a lot of like really cool unlockables that you can have people do that would resonate with a lot of people, rather than just, oh hey, let's have Tamina versus Nia Jax or whoever in a showcase. Like, no one wants to play that. All right, coming in at number 3, I just want to see universe mode improvements, or just scrap the mode entirely. I'm tired of every single year it being the same clean cut dry mode every single year. Little improvements here and there just to take big features out that it derails it. I'm not even entirely sure as to why they do that, but I mean, I want to see 3 or 4 person rivalries. I think that'd be, it's fun. It's fun to do. I know it's difficult. It'd probably be difficult in execution because 3 or 4 people always interacting. It can be kind of scrambly. Also, they made a leap with bringing back the promos. They hid it behind like a rivalry action. I think that's ridiculous. Promos are like as big of a portion of Raw as matches sometimes. And just include the promos, man. Include the promos. That's it. Include the promos. Make sure that they're customizable. Just bring back the old promo feature. I know like it was kind of bare bones, but you could bring that back and increase some more other stuff. And especially if you bring back my number 1 option, I think my number 1 pick in this whole lineup. I think all the stuff is going to be there to make this game more playable long term. Universe mode is one of those features that people come back and will play throughout the whole year. So why don't you make it so much more fun, rather than putting all your time and effort into my faction, which not a lot of people play, and there's only a few people who do, and my island, in which you're just sitting there trying to farm money. That's it. And granted, I'm sure you're doing a decent amount of job at it. I'm sure it's making a decent amount of money. At the same time, let's get some cool freaking features, dude. Let's get some fun features in the game. I want to see in universe mode more interactive promos, more cutscenes. I want to be immersed in this. I don't want to see Seth Rollins running behind CM Punk, hit him in the back of the head for the 10th time in a freaking rivalry. Like, are we joking? Let's improve. Maybe backstage interviews. Just little fun stuff that you guys had before in the game that you guys took out for God knows what reason. Like, let's bring the fun back to these games. Like, come on. I want to see a draft. You already have the draft feature. Make it easier. Then also superstar mode. I think superstar mode has a decent amount of, you can make it fun. Take that, run with it, right? Turn it into a season mode. Superstar mode's it's bare bone. It's a bare bone season mode. You choose a superstar. You're running with that superstar for X amount of weeks. You can request title shots, all that. Make it a more interactive, more in-depth season mode. Like I said, include more cutscenes. More cutscenes would make this game a lot longer, would make this game a lot more fun. Add interactive promos. You can control the promos, or you can add like 50 storylines that you could throw into there and just mix it up. Make it fun, dude. Like, let's make these games fun, dude. All right, now number 2, I want to see, these are improvements I want to see in GM mode, my GM mode. And the reason why it is my number 2 slot is basically because I was clamoring for this mode to come back 4 years. And basically I got Wwe 2K26. I played a bunch of my GM. I had a lot of fun with it. I was watching Up, Down, Down, Battle of the Brands consistently for a while until they started doing with these. And the more that this game came out, the more copy and paste it became. They had improvements. If you look at Wwe 2K22's first GM mode, it's very, very, very bare bones. It is so bare bones, but it was a fun foundation. They added some stuff, and you know what? 2K24, I think with 2K25, they took a step back, to be honest with you. I think they added some stuff that kind of made it fun. I think it's weird having the go-home show be your pay-per-view, and then at the pay-per-view, which are outdated, by the way, being like this one collab effort. We only get one match on the pay-per-view, and then we have a collab pay-per-view, and then we get a power card from it. You have the blueprint from older games to make this fun. I was playing earlier, and I found these are different things that I wanted to touch upon. The cross-brand pay-per-views. I know WWE pay-per-views in general are all just cross-brand. There's a lot of times where a feud in WWE will start on a Raw or a SmackDown, and it'll end on a Raw or a SmackDown. Make sure that it's not bad to have certain rivalries end on these. Go have a pay-per-view, include a pay-per-view, like once a month, where however many brands, you can have up to 4, depending on, I mean, there's like 5 matches per WWE pay-per-view right now. But if you have 4, have 2. If you have 3, each person can have 3 matches. If you have 2 shows, each person can have 3 or 4 matches. You know, the more rosters you have, the less matches per pay-per-view, which makes it more competitive that way if you're playing online. I like the fact that there's an online feature. These pay-per-views better be updated. They better be updated, right? Hell in a Cell. Hell in a Cell hasn't been a pay-per-view since 2023, 2022. 2022 was the last one, right? With Cody and Rollins? 2022. We're entering 2026. By the time this game drops, it'll be 2026. Hell in a Cell should be gone. We should have updated pay-per-views. We should have big 4 pay-per-views and make them mean something. Have a War Games match at the pay-per-view. Have a War Games match at Survivor Series. Big 4v4, you know, show v show. And, you know, winner gets like the last 3 spots in the Royal Rumble match. Or at SummerSlam, have like one big cross-brand match where it's 1v1 or 1v1v1 or, you know, Fatal 4-Way, depending on how many shows, where they can all fight and the winner gains all the other 3. So if I'm choosing, if it's a one-on-one match, me versus Raw, SmackDown versus Raw, I throw in John Cena, they throw in Roman Reigns. If John Cena wins, I acquire Roman Reigns. I want to see the Royal Rumble match. I also want to see an Elimination Chamber. You have the capabilities of doing this. You have these in game. I don't think it's too crazy to code in a little bit here and there to stop being lazy. We need to get rid of the assets. Maybe it's just like Pyro, but we should be starting in a stadium. We should be starting in like a typical arena. Scrap the classes. I want to be able to pair John Cena versus AJ Styles. AJ Styles is a high flyer, but John Cena's a bruiser. They don't pair well. They just had a fucking 5-star match at the pay-per-view. And the last thing with my GM, add custom championships. The fact that you can make your own custom shows, custom logos. You have the ability. Just make sure you import it into the feature. That's it. You have a custom superstar, custom GM option. Why can't I make Tony Khan as a custom GM, and then custom put in AEW? You can add custom rosters. Why can't I have a custom AEW? You don't have to be able to include custom music for that. Like, I don't have to have the Dynamite show theme song playing in the back, but let me import championships. We've been asking for this since the very beginning. Let me import championships. Let me import freaking shows. Like, or if I want to do like old Monday Night Raw, Monday Night, you know, if I want to do a 90s version, let me import all that. Make it fun. You know, people are going to buy this game no matter what. Next year, people are going to buy that game no matter what. What you should be focused on is making sure that this game can have a full lifespan, because if people are currently playing it, if they are playing it long term, that means money in your pocket. That means hey, yeah, I'm gonna have a reason to buy this DLC. I'm gonna have a reason to spend $10 because I'm actually playing this game. Oh, I can use that in GM mode. I could use this person here. Better DLCs, little honorable mention. Better DLCs would be cool, you know. And last, but certainly not least, in the number 1 spot, bring back Create a Story. I know. And as we're adding Create a Story, add full customizability. I don't want to bring back Create a Story and have 4 options for a segment, 4 options for, match. I want to be able to add customizable shows. Fully let us customize this. Full arenas, full, superstars, whatever we want. Whatever it is that we want. When I've been talking this whole time, the whole video about being able to make sure that this lifespan is forever, can last the test of time, implement this mode. You don't have to. I know another thing that people are clamoring for is Road to WrestleMania back. We could create Road to WrestleMania. We could create our own Road to WrestleMania. Cool. If I want to go in and make an AJ style Road to WrestleMania. Boom. Talking about the replayability of this game, you don't have to add Road to WrestleMania. Road to WrestleMania is a big time feature that people love, that people really want back. You don't have to add that. Make sure that Create a Story is fully customizable. Fully customizable. Make sure you bring it back. Like I said, fully customizable. I want a shit ton of cutscenes, which could be implemented in the universe mode, could be implemented into My Rise, whatever, a season mode, whatever the case may be, it could be implemented into these things. Make sure you can upload these things to community creations. Thank you all for watching. Let me know. I want to know some of your guys' wishes for Wwe 2K26. But make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. Have a good day. Have a good night. Whatever time it's for you. And goodbye.